How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 63 of a West Ham United career mode with a massive game coming up here. Chelsea heading to Upton Park, to the Boleyn. Historic turf here as we come into a massive game in the season. Really, I was going to say tie, but it's basically our second matchup with Chelsea in the season, honestly. Huge game for us. We've had the upper hand on them of late. They did smash us back at Stamford Bridge 3-0 earlier in the season, but we've beaten them 2-1 and 2-1 in both the Capital One Cup final and also in the FA Cup. Not in that order, but we did that as well. So we come up with a massive game. They're obviously the league leaders, but they are just a single point ahead of Manchester City. We have to go three at the back because of the injury to Jenkinson's left us, without our starting fullbacks again. So we go 3-5-2, but that leaves us with a deadly lineup. We got Oxlade-Chamberlain, Downing, Carroll, Dybala. Of course, our three center backs at the back, which are fantastic defenders. They're all 77, 78, and 83 rated. So some really good players to counter the Chelsea lineup that has Willian, Hazard, Remy, some really good players. As they actually have Remy, they dropped Jackson Martinez after he couldn't score against us in a couple of matchups. So huge play there. Shouts for a penalty early on as Hazard goes down in the box with pressure from Winston Reid, but it looked like he just went down on very little contact, and the referee, in my opinion, does really well in terms of not giving it. Another good chance as Ramirez goes through on goal. He dances around Winston Reid and slots one in, but Adrian, you got to be doing better on those shots at your near post. He's so inconsistent. He'll make some wonderful saves, and then Hazard just threads this ball to Ramirez. It's a really nice play by Ramirez, you have to say, to get on the ball, but you can't be giving up those goals at your near post. And Ramirez has shown some goal-scoring touches here. You can see 9 goals in the Premier League for the holding midfielder, so he's done really well. But Chamberlain, the former Arsenal man, knows a thing about playing Chelsea, and what an effort that is. Beautiful ball roll to scoot past one defender. Then he uses his pace to put John Terry behind him in the dust, and the ancient Chelsea defender takes him out from behind, picks up a booking that's well-deserved for this challenge. As you can see, Oxlade-Chamberlain's definitely past him. You wonder, does he maybe get a touch of the ball there? It's hard to say, but the referee should be in a good position to see that and give the penalty, in my opinion, fairly. Does he maybe get a touch of the ball? If he does, I'm not going to say anything to the referee, I'll tell you that much. But Carroll will be the one to step up and take the penalty, as our holding midfielders to start this game were Delph, I think, and Kiyate was definitely on there. So that means our normal penalty taker, Mark Noble, not on the pitch, which leaves Andy Carroll to take it, and he slots it away, sends Courtois the wrong way, and puts it in the side netting. It was an absolutely beautiful penalty. And just like that, we're level, so a huge turn of events. And we've just been getting penalties all over the place against Chelsea. I'll tell you what, we had one in the Cup final. We had one in the FA Cup. We have one here now in Oxlade-Chamberlain in the 26th minute. Creates a lovely chance looking for Carroll. Another bit of skill to beat Ivanovic. He's absolutely tearing him apart on that right wing with some lovely skill. Or left wing for us, I should say, right back Ivanovic. But another really good chance. And that is the most disgusting own goal you may ever see in a game of FIFA. Thibaut Courtois stops Andy. Andy Carroll's first attempt was blocked. Then his second attempt gets saved really well by Courtois because he hit it with a lot of power. And then Courtois goes to pick up the ball and then to just palm it away. And he palms it into the back of his own net. And we're up 2-1 on the back of a Thibaut Courtois own goal. And it was absolutely disgraceful. I'll tell you what. Really bad goal. But Adrian, as he is wont to do, makes a stupendous save. I think it was on Thorgan Hazard. Wonderful save from Adrian to keep the ball out of the back of the net after giving up such a terrible goal. But Rodriguez, who we did give the start mainly due to his pace on the right wing, is able to do really well to get across. And Dybala flicks it on, and Andy Carroll with yet another chance. He's been the one leading our attack and doing really well. Great chance here from the ensuing corner as it's headed away as far as Nkulu, and the French center back just lashes one towards Courtois' goal but is not able to trouble him. And more stoppage time action as Thorgan Hazard plays a lovely 1-2 with Remy. His shot cannons off the post as he hits it straight and true with his laces, but it just ricochets off the post behind an on-rushing Adrian, and thankfully for us doesn't go in the back of net. But Oxlade-Chamberlain with another great chance at Courtois. It's his turn to be Johnny on the spot, or Thibaut on the spot, you might want to say, as he makes a wonderful one-handed save. Good, strong hand from the Belgian to keep a wonderful chance from Oxlade-Chamberlain out. Some sublime football by both of these teams. Some lovely passing moves that have been creating chances. Hazard with a nice ball inside to Remy. Back to Schürrle. Deflected off of Adrian. Hits the crossbar, and thankfully he's able to scoot back, scurry back, and grab the rebound. Keep it out of the back of the net. Another chance for Eden Hazard out on the right-hand wing. whips across and looking for Remy, and it's off the woodwork again. All you hear in this game is boosh, boosh, boosh. Ball off the post at both ends, really mainly for Chelsea. I think they've hit the post now 3-4 times. Oxlade-Chamberlain does really well with a great run to skip past the Chelsea defenders and get it on goal, but Courtois one-on-one says no. He's like a brick wall and says, absolutely not, Alex, you shall not pass, and does grab the rebound. Delph with a strike from the edge of the area does get deflected over the bar, as it's just constant end-to-end action. I'll tell you what, in just 5 or so minutes of highlights, how many actual highlights have you seen? It's just been constant pace. Oxlade-Chamberlain just doesn't have the finishing quality. He won the penalty for us, and he's done really well to create chances, but he just doesn't have that finisher's instinct, to get the ball in the back of the net. Good save by Courtois on a header, but Oxlade-Chamberlain, as he is wont to do, is the danger man. Look at that bit of skill there to skip past Sherlock, and then John Terry, the man already on a booking, is an absolute villain. The former West Ham Academy product, he came out of West Ham's Academy before going to Chelsea, has taken out Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, won another penalty, and go back and watch that again because it's the nicest skill you will see. Oxlade-Chamberlain with beautiful bit of skill to skip past Andre Sherlock, gets into the area, and John Terry swipes him out with his feet. He goes down, and Mark Noble, who's come on as a substitute in the second half to give us a bit more defensive cover, does come on, and he's going to score that penalty every single time. He's that good at penalties. He's got the armband on, and the ball's in the back of the net. Lovely finish from Marky Noble. He just bang, right in the top corner. Courtois could do nothing. He had no idea where Noble's going to go. And he went in the back of the net. That's exactly where he went. 4th goal in the Premier League for Noble. And that would be how the game would finish. So a huge 3-1 victory, which doesn't mean a ton for us because we're really far enough behind Chelsea with few enough games that it's going to be tough for us to make any sort of title challenge. But it's going to put a huge dent in Chelsea's title hopes in terms of winning the Premier League with Manchester City hot and heavy on their heels. For me, man, the match was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. You saw how many chances he created. Delph gets 2 points for me, and Nkulu, my final man of the match selection, getting 1 point. And now we've hit the May update after this game, and take a look if you want to go back if you were looking while I was talking. But we have some lovely looking players. Craig Croft as a right winger looks unbelievable. Scott Barber as like a holding midfielder, central midfielder, and Tom Pratley as a right back. 3 players to keep your eyes on him. You heard it here first. Those are going to be your youth stars that you're really going to be looking towards in the coming years. I think Croft and Barber will actually probably get contracts next season. We'll decide on that towards the end of the season here because we might slip them contracts so that we'll have a better option to loan them out next year, or we'll just offer them as soon as we go into Season 3. But that said, we come up with a matchup against Norwich City here at home. Another home match. Of course, we've reverted to a 4-4-3 formation. Or 4-3-3, formation, with a real rotated side. We got Rabiot, Noble, and Nolan in midfield. Wickham, Sacco, and Valencia leading the attack up top. Just because this game is coming real close to that Chelsea battle, and then we have another matchup with Hull City come up soon, so we've had to rotate the squad against a Norwich side they're sitting comfortably mid-table. They're 13th right now, no danger at all of being relegated, but they don't really have anything to play for because they're nowhere near your European side. So we thought, maybe we'd catch a team that's not too motivated, but it was entirely the opposite. Norwich came at us fast and furious, and in the 4th minute, they've already got the ball in the back of the net off the head of Kyle Lafferty. Great cross in from Nathan Redmond, who makes absolute mincemeat of our right back. Rabiot actually was one who was forced to cover because I put Jordan Abita at right back because Aaron Cresswell was actually healthy for this game. So I thought, we'd give him some time back in the lineup. But Jenkinson wasn't healthy, so I thought I'd give Abita a run out on the right side and see how he did. Cresswell is the man done in on this attempt. Tete gets a head on and off the woodwork again. I'll tell you what, we are getting very fortunate on a lot of these opportunities. We could be behind by a few goals, both against Chelsea and then here against Norwich. We could already be 2-0 down, but Obita's done it on the right side that leads to the first goal, and we do escape a second goal after Tete's header comes off the bar. Another chance, as I think it was Tete again, or it may have been Cameron Jerome, levels a shot off the crossbar there. Another great strike. It was about 20 yards out, but we decide to do the same. Unbelievable. You can't think of another word. It's just ridiculous the amount of shots have come off the crossbar. A bit of a mess here before Adrian does clear the ball up, and he does start a quick counterattack for us with a nice throw out to Valencia. Flicks it on towards Kevin Nolan. The captain does get on the ball. Our skipper comes forward, does show off the lack of pace that he has as he pushes the ball forward to Adrian Rabiot. Nice little body feint step over into Wickham. He smashes it, and John Ruddy then tips the ball onto the post. I think it's 10 times off the woodwork in this episode so far. Unbelievable. I mean, it's a running theme. I'll tell you what, we can't get enough of it. Ball off the wood here as Obita then comes forward. We continually create chances. Failed to clear it to Norwich. Comes out to Mark Noble, who hits from range, but it's a good save by Ruddy. And finally, the Canaries do clear the ball. But a huge chance for us here. Thiago Carras, a beautiful sweeping passing move. His first goal for the club. Our Scout of Future star, the Portuguese Academy product. What a goal that is to score, and it gets us back on terms with a fantastic finish. He just hammers his laces through it into that top left-hand corner with as much power as he can muster. No chance for Ruddy. It's a perfect strike. Good fake shot to get around the defender after a nice sweeping move from the left that started with Cresswell into Wickham, and eventually Wickham to Thiago, and Thiago's in the back of the net. Lovely finish. You can see how excited he is about it. For his first goal for the club, and it's a great finish, one that he's going to remember for a long, long time. So fantastic to see Thiago get on the board. Obviously, he came out of the youth academy with, I think, 87 and 93 potential, but then when I take a look at him, it doesn't say that he has, like, huge potential. I can't remember I think he says great prospect or exciting. I can't remember which one it's actually at, if it's the one that gives him a potential of like 80 to 84 or if it's the 85 to 89 one. But hopefully he turns into a fantastic player. We're going to try to get him some game time. We might eventually have to loan him out if need be, but he's played very well lately, so he's hopefully getting himself into the team because he's played well, and where he's actually been fantastic for us is in a bit more of a central midfield role, as Winston Reid has an absolute smack off the top of his foot there, but Ruddy again denies West Ham of a leading goal. But like I said, Thiago's done really well when I actually put him more in central midfield because he has awful pace stats, which for a winger, not going to create anything for us. And look at him. From a creator's role, he does exactly that. And it's the captain, Kevin Nolan, putting the ball in the back of the net. What a finish from the former Newcastle, former Bolton midfielder. Sam Allardyce is man through and through. But here, under the Moose, he is doing everything for us of late. He's come into his own here in our second season in more of a central holding midfielder's role because, like Thiago, he doesn't have a ton of pace. So playing him in that central midfield takes advantage of the qualities that he does have, and he loves to get forward, of course, and he loves a goal. So Kevin Nolan, take a bow, son. Great finish to give us the lead. From there, Norwich did put us on the back foot just a bit with a couple of chances here. So we come towards the 90th minute, but Adrian does very well to keep the ball out as it stands. Another chance here as Hooper crosses the ball, but Nkulu with a diving clearance sees the ball find the feet of Ener Valencia. He skips around a defender, lays it through to Connor Wickham, who's got all kinds of space, and he decides, I'm going to be unselfish. He squares it for Valencia, who times his run to absolute perfection, just on sides, and that will seal the deal for us. 3 points, 3 goals against Norwich, a 3-1 victory. Yet again, it's like deja vu after beating Chelsea 3-1. And the late goal seals it. Valencia, who needed one to get a bit of confidence back for himself. But Connor Wickham playing provider yet again. He provided, of course, for Thiago's goal, and he does it on Ener Valencia's 7th Premier League goal this season. And that would be how the game would finish. Another big 3 points that's really pretty much sealing our position as we try to just solidify the top 4, because I think that's all we can really accomplish this season. We definitely have to add a bit more depth and some top quality players. We obviously have Pastore coming in on a free with some good players coming forward as next season will progress, but we're going to have to add just that next level if we want to stay where we're at and not have a regression, especially with the I'll tell you, the increase in sliders that I've picked up on and also difficulty level and everything. We've increased all of that because I want to keep this career mode challenging and fun and interesting for everyone, along with the things I'm going to provide, along with Hammer's headlines, the tweets that you guys get to check out and things of that nature. We do have a couple minor injuries to pick up, and we'll also have a look at the table so you can see how things are shaping up as we come into it. But so you know, Thiago was my man of the match in that. He gets 3 points. Noble gets 2, and Kevin Nolan does get 1 for me. But City have actually taken the lead on Chelsea in the table. We're sitting pretty comfortably in third. It's going to be hard for us to do much better than that with West Brom, Fulham, and Cardiff in the relegation places, but QPR and Swansea not out of the woods yet. So that's going to be everything that I have for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Be sure to comment how you think we're doing, what you think we should do for the future, transfers, what you want to see. Leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode, guys. Bye-bye.